Hello, students, and welcome back to our PacMan game series using Scratch. We just wrapped up our blue ghost movement. It seems to be working. Now it's time to make the blue ghost kill PacMan. Very sad, but definitely the next step in our game is to get that working. I just want to spend a couple of seconds to go over the logic of this. If we put it into our framework, then it's only going to be testing at the beginning or end of a movement that's one either row up or column over. And we really don't want that. That's not what we want. We want them to be testing all the time. And so in order to do that, we would have to insert it into the up and the down and the left and the right. And you end up having to duplicate the code 4 times. And it's exactly the same code. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to add a new block of code. And so when I receive start next level, there's start next level, then I'm going to add a forever. I'm going to be testing this, and I'm going to say if, there we go. So when I receive start next level, forever, if I am touching, not the mouse pointer, but PacMan, then I want to do something. Okay, so this should be really, really kind of simple, obvious code. And what I want to do is I actually want to broadcast a message. So that's under the events, the yellow events area. We already have been using messages, so it shouldn't be a shock for you. And I'm going to broadcast a message. But the problem is I don't want to broadcast any of those messages. I want to broadcast the message that PacMan is now dead, which is very sad. So we're going to make a new message, and we're going to call it PacMan has died. If you want to say any other kind of message, you certainly can, but just make sure it's really obvious that what has happened. So I'm going to broadcast PacMan has died. And then just because we want the ghosts to stop doing whatever they're doing, if you go to the control area, there's this one that we call here called stop all. And if I pull it over and change the all, I can see that it can stop this script or stop others in the script. And then you can duplicate that again. So what I want to do is I want to stop other scripts in this sprite, which is the ghost sprite. And then I also want to stop this script. Okay. So if I'm broadcasting PacMan has died, then I'm going to stop the ghost from moving around. There's just no point in doing those things. Okay. Now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, I need to create something in PacMan that will do a similar thing. So I'm going to go to when I receive PacMan has died, which is very sad. Then it's just going to be the very simple, exactly the same thing that we just did with the other one. So I'm going to pull out the stop all, and I'm going to say stop other scripts. And then I'm going to do, oh, no, I don't want to add a comment. I want to duplicate. Thank you, duplicate. And then I'm going to save this script. Now, by the way, if you do these in the wrong order, it will totally not work, because if you stop this script, then it never gets to stopping the other scripts, and you just end up wasting energy. So there we go. By the way, it makes it kind of flat on the bottom, so it's almost impossible for you to get it in the wrong order. Okay. So there we are, and we're now at the point where we are ready to go and do a splash screen. So I had made one off camera, so I'm just going to delete that one and start over again. So here is the splash screen that we had before. If I just show that, it shows up like this, and then I'll just make that disappear for a second. And then I want to duplicate this, so I'm just going to choose duplicate, and now here it is. A lot of this code I actually want to leave the same. So when PacMan dies, I want to give the choice for the player to play again. So that's going to happen right here with space key pressed or with the sprite clicked, except up here is some differences. So I'm just going to separate this out for now. So when the green flag is clicked at the very beginning of the game, I do not want this to show. I want this to hide. I do not want to show the end of game scene. So that's a really simple way of just saying when the green flag is clicked, please hide. And then over here, I now have a message that says that PacMan has died. So I'm going to go to my yellow events area. And when I receive PacMan has died, I'm going to show this. I'm going to go to X0, Y0, and I'm going to go to the front layer. So remember, 0, 0 is the center of the screen. And then the front layer means it goes on top of everything else. and then it will hide, and then it will hide. So that's literally all the changes that we need to do for that. I am going to make one additional change where I'm going to go to, oh, sorry, choose the black arrow tool, choose the square, change the color. I'm going to go to something orangey reddish, and that's going to be the big difference. And so instead here, I'm just going to double click on PacMan, and I'm going to say PacMan has died. That is way too big. So I'm going to go back to the black arrow tool, and I'm going to make that smaller, and then pull it over. I'm sorry I typed off screen. I didn't. Oh, and I made a typo off screen. Isn't that great? It's the problem when you start typing blind off screen. So I'll just take away that. There we go. And that was just a double click to get into edit mode, and then the black arrow tool to get out of edit mode. And then I can move this around. PacMan has died. Very good. Okay, and that's really the only change that I need to do. If you want to be more artistic with this screen, you certainly can. So I'm going to go ahead and test this. So I click the green flag, press go. Let's take a look at the code here because that's messing me up. So I'm going to go and try and get myself into the ghost so that poor Pac, oh, there it goes. PacMan has died. To begin again, press the space bar. Sure, I'll try that. Space bar. Space bar. There we go. And here we go again. I'm going to try and run into the ghost again. There you go. PacMan has died again. This time I'm going to click the screen. Why do I have to click twice? Not sure why I need to click twice, but that's a very interesting arrangement, and we will worry about that next time. So thank you very much for joining this video series. Next up, we're going to talk about how to go through different levels. See you in the next video.